What is up, everybody? Welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we will be talking about what the best futures prop firm trader is in the day trading community. And on top of that, we'll be talking about the pros and cons to each prop firm I will go over today. If you clicked on this video, you're most likely new to trading and are trying to figure out which prop firm is the best to use and why. So today I'll be here to help you out with that. Without further ado, let's get started. Coming in at my number 6 spot is going to be Apex Trader Funding. However, let's start off with the pricing first. So for a 50K full account, you're going to be paying $167 a month until you pass that eval. For the 100K, you're going to be paying $207 a month. And for the 150K, you're going to be paying $297 a month. However, one thing about Apex is they always have deals. As of right now, today is June 24th. They're running at 80% off all evals. Apex is one of the more known prop firms in the trading space. However, they do come with some downsides. So with that being said, all the evals will be 80% off until you pass them, and then you'll have to pay a $160 activation fee to actually get funded on that account. And when you're trading with Apex, you can have up to 20 accounts, which is absolutely ridiculous. So what that means is you can set one of your accounts as the lead account and just trade on that one, and it will copy trade to the rest of the 19 that you have. So say you make $200 in a day, that $200 really becomes what, $2,000 because you exit by 20. So you can make pretty good money with this prop firm. However, there is a couple rules that we're going to go over in a second that I don't typically like with them. The first one being is the intraday drawdown rule. It won't really affect you if you stick to your plan and don't overtrade. However, if you do overtrade, that intraday drawdown will get you almost every single time. It can be annoying, but if you do stick to your rules and don't overtrade, like I just said, you will be okay. Now, regarding Apex's payouts, you get a payout every 8 trading days. If you have 5 or more of those 8 trading days, be $50 profit or more. And then your minimum payout you can take is $500. So say you're in your Express account and 8 trading days have passed, and in 5 of those days you made $50 or more. Don't expect a payout because the minimum payout is $500 and you would only have accumulated during that time span $250. So you have to meet that $500 threshold in order to withdraw funds. Now, the thing I don't like most about Apex is they tend to deny payouts a lot more than any other prop firm. And I don't know about you guys, but when I'm trading, the last thing I want to have to worry about is if my payout's going to get accepted or denied. So overall, Apex is a pretty solid firm. They're coming in at my number 6 spot. However, these next 5 I do think are a lot better than Apex. So with that being said, moving into our number 5 spot is going to be Tradeify. So same thing with Tradeify, they offer 3 separate accounts. They offer a 50K, 100K, and 150K. And then as you can see across the screen here, the 50K starts at $139 a month, the 100K is $249 a month, and then the 150K is $339. As of June 24th, they are running a 30% off all accounts for the rest of June. I believe the code is literally just June. So if you guys are looking for a Tradeify account and you guys do see this in June of 2025, go ahead and use that code and you'll get 30% off any account. With that being said, one of the best things I like about Tradeify is the minimum trading days to pass, which is 1. There is no consistency rule when it comes to them. So you can make, say on a 50K account, you make $3,000 in one trade, boom, you pass the account. There is no consistency. Now, once you do pass the account, no matter if it is a 50K, 100K, or 150K, you're going to have to pay that $125 activation fee, which most prop firms do have in place. And on top of that, you can have 5 accounts max. So just like Apex, you can stack your accounts and copy trade them. However, Tradeify only lets you trade 5 instead of 20. Their end-of-day drawdown rule is a bonus on top of everything else they offer. There's no intraday drawdown thing that you have to deal with, so that is a plus. Now, moving on to their payout rules, in my opinion, they're not the best. They are a little annoying. I do have to deal with them as I do have 5 Tradeify accounts myself, but let's get right into it. So to receive a payout, you have to maintain a 35% consistency, which means your whole account balance, your best trade can't be above 35%. So say my account balance is $10,000, my best trade can't be above $3,500. And on top of the 35% consistency rate, 5 of those days have to be $150 or more in profit in order for you to receive a payout. And then the very last thing regarding their payout rules is the minimum payout is $500, which is a little bit more than most prop firms. However, it is still very doable. So overall, it is a pretty solid prop firm. With that being said, moving on to our number, I believe 4. Moving on to our number 4 spot is going to be Alpha Capital Group. Alpha Futures again offers 3 different accounts. They have a 50K, 100K, and 150K. 50K is starting at $79 a month, where the 100K is $159 a month, and the 150 is $239 a month until you pass it and move on to the XFA. Each standard plan though does have a $150 activation fee when you do pass the account. And like the other prop firms, you can stack accounts with this one as well and copy trade them. However, their max allocation is only 3. Now, I personally don't have an account with Alpha Futures. However, I have heard they do have the best payout rules in the space. Their payouts are bi-weekly with a 40% consistency rate, and their minimum payout is $200. So that $200 is very doable. And then again, they offer an end-of-day drawdown, which in my opinion is a lot better than the intraday, especially for new traders. But yeah, overall, a solid prop firm. I don't have any accounts with them yet. I would like to get 3 accounts. However, I have 18 right now, and the next 3 I do have along with my 5 on Tradeify. So moving on to our number 3 spot is going to be Take Profit Trader. Now, me personally, I do have 5 accounts with Take Profit. I have 5 25K accounts, which we'll get into the account sizes in a second. But I do have no complaints with them, and I have heard very minimal complaints about them as a whole. Now, you might be saying, that's a lot more than the other prop firms. Why would I go with them? Listen up. They're running a deal right now. Activation code is NOFEE30, where you get 30% off your account, plus no activation fee. In my opinion, that is one of the best deals going on in the prop firm space right now. And on top of that, you're allowed to have a max allocation of 5 accounts. Now, one thing about Take Profit that is different about the other prop firms is they do have a daily payout. However, you have to hit your trail down buffer first. So what that means is if we go to a 50K account and we purchase a 50K, our end of day trailing drawdown is $2,000. So let's say we pass our account and we move on to the XFA, right? Where our account balance is going to start at $0. However, our trailing amount is going to be minus $2,000. So what that means is we can't go below minus $2,000. So in order for us to have daily payouts or a payout in general, is we have to make that buffer, right? We have to make $2,000 in order to start pulling out money. And each payout can't be anything less than $200. So again, I do have 5 accounts with them, and honestly, I have nothing to complain about. They are a super solid firm. However, these next 2 are interchangeable. They can each be 1 or they can each be 2. They're super good prop firms, so let's get right into it. Now, getting into TopStep, even if you are new to the trading community, you've probably heard of TopStep before. I have them at the number 2 spot, but like I said, number 1 and number 2 can be interchangeable. TopStep, super reliable. You have nothing to worry about when it comes to payouts with them. Super simple rules. So from now until July 16th, the 50Ks are only $50, the 100Ks are only $100, and the 150Ks are only $150. However, when you do pass those accounts and move on to your XFA, each account, no matter what size it is, you're going to have to pay the $149 activation fee. And then like Tradeify and Take Profit Trader, they do offer 5 accounts max. However, their payout rules are super simple. You just need 5 days of $200 or more of profit, and their 125 minimum payout amount is super easy, especially for new traders to accomplish. TopStep, without a doubt, is one of the best trading prop firms in the entire space. I don't care if you're trading Forex, if you're trading futures, TopStep is the one to have. Now, moving on to our number 1 spot. Like I said, number 1 and number 2 can be interchangeable, but we do have My Funded Futures. Now, before getting into anything else, they also have a discount code that they are running right now. It's 50% off new users, plus a free eval for your first eval passed. So if your 50K is $127 a month, you get a half off. And with that being said, if you pass it, you also get a free eval. So you can get essentially two accounts for half the price of 1. I personally think that is the best promo code ever ran, no matter what prop firm it is. And then coming into second to that would be the Take Profit Trader one. That one is pretty solid as well. So on top of all of that, their payout rules are pretty straightforward. You're allowed to receive a payout every 5 days you make $100 or more. And then their minimum payout is only $250. So again, very doable and straightforward, especially for incoming and new futures traders. I have their max allocation of 3 accounts as well that I copy trade. And like I said, there's nothing to complain about. Pretty straightforward prop firm. easy to use. I just absolutely love them. So with that being said, that's going to be all for the video. I really hope this helped you out, especially if you guys are new to trading. If you guys haven't already, drop a like and leave a sub. I am new to most of the social media stuff regarding trading. All my socials are going to be at LoeGpa, including my Discord. If you guys go to my TikTok, same thing, LoeGpa. As of right now, this video is being shot. My Instagram is not Twilight. However, that username will be changed pretty soon, and the link in my bio is going to have all the links to everything, and then I'll put the link in the description of this video as well.